Hello, my name is Kurt, and today I will be talking about my smelting experiment results. Now, as you guys may know, I tried smelting down some copper scrap that I have, and it was sort of a failure, sort of a success. As you can see here, this is top. Looks pretty nice, right? Nice shiny, melted sort of ingot type of thing going on here. Check out the bottom. As you can see here, and the sides. This is pretty much solid copper wire here. Didn't really come out well. The reason is that this shiny portion here was actually in the bottom of the crucible, and that melted just perfectly fine, and I impatiently just stuffed a whole bunch of copper on top instead of adding it bit by bit, little piece by little piece. I just added this whole glob, and it just took forever to melt, like 2 hours or so, and it didn't even melt, so I just turned the whole damn thing off, frustrated, and said screw it. I basically need a bigger forge, and I need higher temperatures if I want to smelt all the copper scrap that I have, because I have around 10 pounds, and if I want to make some nice ingots, I'm going to need higher temperatures and everything to work with copper. So you can see here, some of the pieces did turn out nice. Let me drop it on the scale right quick. I don't know if you guys could see this with this fucking camera that I'm about to show you guys. As you can see here, don't mind the white powder residue, it's just my nasal spray. 1.892 ounces, so almost 2 whole ounces of copper, but it was just such a hassle. But my successes were this zinc piece right here. I had some zinc from scrap computer electronics. There's not too much zinc in electronics, but there is a little bit. Now, as you can see here, this one came out pretty well. I have this star shape, this sort of festive design going on here. Pretty cool, huh? I made it into this mold right here. Pretty freaking cool. Looks sort of like a turtle right here on one side, and then festivities on the other side. This is around 2.058 ounces, so 2 whole ounces of zinc, and it is pretty heavy, definitely. I can make a nice ring out of this. This is why I like the metals. For those of you who know, zinc is a metal that melts at relatively low melting temperatures, so you can melt it pretty much with a single propane torch, no problems. And it's easily malleable with that propane torch, so what I could do is I could heat it up a little bit, hammer it into sort of a different shaped ingot, hammer it flat, and make sort of like a ring out of this or something. Polish it, it would be pretty nice, I would say. And the next success I have here is aluminum, or aluminium. Now this actually is from 2 cores, 24 or 32 ounce cans, those big sort of cans, like if you guys are familiar with Natty Ice, Natural Ice, whatever, the Hobo Deluxe beer, $1 is for this big ass can, right? I melted 2 of those big ass cans, and I got only this amount of aluminum. Can you believe it? This is why aluminum is such a hard metal to refine, and it doesn't weigh too much either. It's known as a relatively light metal here. So I threw it on the scale, and it's around 0.482 or something of an ounce, so it's almost half an ounce of aluminum from these 2 big ass cans. And let me tell you guys, there was over, I say, 1.25 ounce range of dross, or just nasty garbage, flux, dross, whatever the hell you want to call it, just unusable, nasty stuff I had to scrape off the top. So out of 2 cans, I had roughly around 1 ounce of dross and only not even half an ounce of aluminum. So 1 ounce of it is a waste, and only half an ounce is recoverable. But pretty cool nonetheless. You have a bunch of cans, it might be worth it, but I just did this little experiment. So instead of taking aluminum to the scrapyard, what I'm going to be doing is just melting 100 or so cans, but I need a bigger forge. I need a bigger forge and higher temperatures, not so much higher temperatures for aluminum, because aluminum melts pretty easy, but higher temperatures for copper for sure. And a bigger forge or smelter, whatever you want to call it, definitely, for the things that I'm planning to do. I'm planning on making sort of a knife or some sort of gadget out of scrap iron or scrap steel, maybe even stainless steel, whatever. Those metals aren't easy to melt per se, but they're easily heated and you could hammer them out, and they're very durable and strong. This is why so many things are made out of iron and steel and so forth and so on. But I found this broken shower curtain sort of holder thing, pole, whatever you may call it, that has a sort of a spring mechanism on the inside that you spin to tighten or release. And it was just broken on the side of the road. It was all rusty and stuff, so it's not stainless steel. It's probably cheap iron, or I don't even think it's iron. I think it's just a thin piece of steel. But what I plan on doing is just breaking it even more and just heating it up and just stacking it on top of each other over and over and over again. Hammer it, stack it, hammer it, stack it, hammer it, stack it, sandwich it, and make it a thicker piece of steel or what have you, and then use that thick piece of steel to make something, a knife or something, and just polish it and fix it all up. We'll see what happens. But I got a hell of a burn here, guys. It's inflamed because it was scorched in flames not too long ago. But those are the marks of the trade. Peace out, people.